Everybody loves food and everybody loves football, but the only difference is the type of quality we consume. Typically, higher priced items usually cost more upfront and have better value, but that's just a lie. Sports are unpredictable while food doesn't change, which is why today we're comparing MLS versus EPL menus to see what the best options really are for fans. But first, what's available in each league? In the last 100 years, the farm industry has exploded, as it's insane how many products are offered in markets, yet the majority of these goods are actually quite trash and some might even make you feel sick. Today, companies have scientifically manufactured our taste to perfection. Take your average potato chip or soda. These items have been mastered to the ultimate sweetness, saltiness, and texture that we all crave. This process is addictive and has caused the obesity crisis around the world. Yet with stadium food, sometimes the food is flat out gross. Regardless if you attend an MLS or a Premier League match day, the offerings are quite similar. Burgers, pizza, hot dogs, fries, and chips are some of the most popular foods you will find. In some American stadiums, you might also find tacos, chili, chicken wings, popcorn, ice cream, or even cookies. While in the Premier League, teams might serve meat pies, sausages, stew, noodles, mashed potatoes, or the occasional soup. Every city has a different culture when it comes to serving food. For example, in New England, you're more likely to stumble upon a lobster roll at dinner, but in Montana, you might find a huckleberry pie on the dessert table. And the same goes for England, where in areas near Exeter, a corn pastry could be the best option, while in Liverpool, scouts might be all that's left. You see, the overarching difference between American versus British cuisines makes each league really unique, but it's actually the collection of these mini cultures that begin to take over. Wisconsin's are cheeseheads, and Brighton is full of banoffee pies. However, when it comes to stadium food, the quality falls behind. Just like in fast food, companies use the cheapest ingredients to craft materials into the perfect products. In labs, marketers realized if they added too much sodium to their item, the snack would taste worse, while if they tried less salt, the product wouldn't be tasty enough. The dilemma is crazy competitive in this industry, but before we narrow down, we have to find out which league has the worst food, because the truth is that our opinions are subjected to our tastes, which makes comparing foods a frustrating challenge. It's true that one person's favorite dish might be the next person's worst nightmare. Take mac and cheese, a dish that might be someone's biggest wish, yet for me, I think it's disgusting. And since in this video I physically cannot try every food group from each league, I'm going to have to judge based on the prior evidence. Welcome to Footy Scram, an account dedicated to sharing fan grub, and in order to make this fair, I handpicked 20 random photos from each league and asked my dad to pick the best looking items from the list without knowing which league they're from. Will he find the MLS or the Premier League to be more attractive? What are your thoughts going into this? Do you think one's going to be better than the other?
I'm just used to American food, so I'm back in America.
So this is the first one. What would you pick if these two on the table?
I'm gonna go with the left.
The left is a chicken kebab wrap from Fulham.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to go with the right on this one.
So that's two for the Premier League. Next up,
Some kind of bowl, jalapenos and cheese, a potential. I'll have to go with the right again.
that's a chili bread bowl, and then the other one's pie and mash.
I'm not sure what the meat is, but I'm going with the right.
The MLS is on the right.
They both look pretty good, but I'm gonna stay safe and go with the one on the left.
Next, more fries.
I would say the one on the left looks a little more appetizing.
That one's from England.
I'm not sure about that protein on the right. I'm feeling the one on the left.
Left one is from Nashville.
MLS it is. I think I'm wrong with a few jalapenos. On the left is smothered with some kind of sauce, or not knowing what that sauce is, I have to go with the one on the right.
The left one is curry chicken with chips from Newcastle, and the right is a chicken burrito nachos.
But then again, maybe that sauce is alright, but I'd rather not experiment. That's a little different. A little pizza hot dog thing. Definitely not going with that one.
You would not order that at a stadium?
No, I'm gonna take the wiener on the left on this one.
It is a pizza hot dog from Nottingham Forest.
Wow. I'm not thinking either one of these, but I have to go with the one on the right though.
That is the MLS.
I prefer the one on the left.
So on the left is coconut shrimp.
Just to be on the safe side, I'll go with the pepperoni pizza.
So the pizza's from Orlando.
Both look comparable. I think I'm gonna go right this time.
The left one's actually from Chelsea.
Very similar though. Although that dog does not look appetizing. I'm all worried about the dog. Something about that dog looks like it's boiled or something. I'm gonna have to go left on this one.
Yeah, on the right is Arsenal's hot dog. They call it the Gunner dog.
The gunner dog. Be gunning for the bathroom, I think.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that's egg on the left. I'm staying away from that thing. The one on the right looks a lot better.
It's a scotched egg.
Wow. I'm definitely going left on this one because I'm not sure what that thing is on the right. Green bread. There's something about that bright green bread. Or speaking to me. On the left, another wiener. Big ass pickle. But I gotta say the nachos definitely look better. Got pizza on the left. Can't go wrong there. One on the right. That looks like that might upset your stomach potentially. So this is kind of interesting. The one on the right looks more appetizing. They actually look pretty solid. They're just two different meals. But I do like my buffalo chicken, so
you're gonna go with the left?
Go left, yeah.
The final score, 14-6. What's your overall take with stadium food?
It is what it is. It's like overpriced, low quality food for the most part. It does the job when you're hungry. That's the whole point.
Now that we know which league seems the most appealing, it's time to understand what the best option is for fans. Because we all know stadium food is expensive and for the most part sucks. It's super greasy, sometimes soggy, and can be unpredictable. But from my experience, nothing is worse than airplane food. So I guess you gotta take what you you can grab. Yet whenever I go out to eat, which is pretty rare considering it's personally not my favorite way to spend money, I always have a tough time deciding what to eat. And so I ask myself 3 questions to help narrow down the odds. 1. What's the healthiest option on this menu? 2. What's the option I struggle to cook at home? And 3. What am I really in the mood for? And just for today's example, I picked the Applebee's menu. For the healthier option, I could have the strawberry balsamic chicken salad. For the option I would struggle to make at home, I could have the double glazed baby black ribs. And thirdly, for my moodly option, I could have broccoli chicken alfredo. These 3 dishes would cycle in my mind until I made my final choice. Now that's my philosophy when eating out at dinner, but I would not advise this if you're trying to eat at a stadium. Since the food is entirely unhealthy and almost all is cheap stuff that I could cook at home pretty easily, it would come down to my final question: what am I in the mood for? And so if you're going to eat at a stadium, my advice, just go with your gut. Make the choice you seriously want. However, if you're anyone like me, I consistently refrain from eating out at stadiums for multiple reasons. If you want to save money, not be limited to what's available, and eat probably healthier along the way, just eat before and after the match. Plain and simple. Tailgating is a massive part of sports and can be super fun with a group of friends. But in life, not everyone has the time to plan meals on the go. Whenever people travel and leave their home for hours, days, or even weeks, finding food is a serious concern. Some people have allergies and intolerances that make diets difficult to follow. And when a person is in search of food in an unfamiliar location, they might not have the knowledge of the options around them, which is why planning ahead is crucial for those with specific dietary interventions. Because in reality, we've all experienced eating something new or different from our usual diet and began to feel worse. Sometimes we might feel bloated, constipated, or even have stomach pain. And when the options are shrunken into poor nutrient, high calorie dense foods in stadiums, we might begin to feel sick if we get roped into eating, because we all crave the same outcomes at events: the best experience, which is very vague and different for everyone. For one fan, they might just want their team to win. For another, they might just want a high scoring game. Yet for their buddy, he might just want to socialize and have a good time with his mates and could give a crap about the final score. But one thing is for certain, we all want to feel good, not just at the game but also in our daily lives. Nobody wants to attend a match ill, so why not use our power in creating an experience that allows us to feel good and have a good time. Now we can't control what's on offer at the grounds, but we can control what we buy. Drinking too many drinks or sodas will make someone feel sick, and the same goes for eating food. So why not make the choice that gives you the most happiness and energy at a match? Because if we're going to shift the culture of food in stadiums, it's going to take a massive change. If we want to be active, we can voice our opinions through social media by protesting what's on offer and explaining how we would do things differently. And secondly, if we want to take more of a passive approach, we can avoid all offerings at every event we go into, because the less we buy into products they're serving, the less money they will end up making, and at some point they'll have to switch if they want to stay in business. At the end of the day, we're the CEO of our own health. The choices we make can impact the evolution of football stadiums, but let's say you wanted to fulfill the dream. Imagine you're the president of your favorite club. What would you eat while watching your favorite team play football? For me, if I was the owner of Manchester United, Old Trafford would have to change. Imagine if they brought out a fresh steak from the grill, or simple spaghetti and meatballs, or maybe a mini charcuterie board full of the best cheeses. The scenes would be immaculate, but maybe this would just ruin the vibes. Regardless, we would all make a different choice. Partnering with global corporations is popular in the field of sports, but what if we change our sponsors and added a fresh wave to football? The launch of Prime Hydration is a perfect example. KSI and Logo got Arsenal's approval, and now fans from all over the world are excited to not just watch an Arsenal match at the Emirates, but to also take a sip of Prime during the game. It's additions like this that give football more energy. It's a small change that can bring new fans into the stadium, and it's a fact that all stadiums should consider facing. If you enjoyed seeing my dad rank random foods, consider dropping a like, and why not check out the most recent interview on the channel.